Welcome to the Hawkcast, produced by the Viewpoint, bringing you a view of students' lives here on campus. I'm your host, Hunter Bergman, web developer and reporter with
Josh Krim, editor-in-chief.
This is episode 1 with our special guest, Alan Anderson, student athlete and host of Allen TV. Today we will be talking about the effects of social media. First, Alan, tell us a little bit about your life.
Well, I grew up in Minnesota, and all my life just been revolved around basketball, and I just want to strive to be just like my big brother and just follow his footsteps.
What does your big brother do?
Right now, he is a professional basketball player in Australia.
Now, how did he get to there?
We went to the same high school. Osseo High School is in Minnesota. And then he went on and played. He went straight from high school to Division I to the University of North Dakota. And then from there, he went to Australia. So Brisbane, Australia, to be exact.
Nice. Have you ever visited him?
No, I have not. I want to, though. But he shows me a lot of video. He sends me a lot of video texts and stuff like that. We keep in contact.
Yeah, Australia's a beautiful place. I follow a couple people on Instagram, and there's just wild things in Australia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, when they think about professional basketball, they think of the NBA here in the States. And there's a lot of other leagues around the world. Where would you consider, or where would you maybe like to go besides here in the States to play ball?
Don't get me wrong. Playing here in the States will be nice just because there's a lot of money. They're handing out millions of dollars. But what people don't really know, there's a lot more opportunities outside of the United States. Where I would want to go is probably Australia first, where my brother is right now, just because he's there. If you get in like Germany or Italy, those kind of leagues, so it feel like you're in the States, really.
Now, how much can you what's like a rough estimate of like the life of somebody who plays that kind of basketball?
Though, like money-wise?
Yeah, money-wise, for sure.
Here in the States, if you're not really updated, I believe Stephen Curry has signed a $240 million contract for like I don't know how many years, but it's a lot. And then overseas, it's not as that much, but it's still you can live off it. Like the most, I think it was like $200K a year. So.
And think of the experiences you could have. You know, traveling abroad is one of my most favorite things to do. I mean, you could, especially being like a professional basketball player, I'm sure you could have some really cool experiences.
Yeah, learning that, seeing the other world, learning that culture, that I think that makes up for that other millions of dollars. You learn the culture, you learn other people's life, how they're going through and their everyday life. So
yeah, because you can't buy experiences.
No, you cannot.
For sure. Now let's talk a little bit about Allen TV. What inspired you to start this?
Well, I first started in 6th grade. I really started doing gaming videos. My gaming channel is called Psychotic Gamer, and I went by that. It was Xbox 360 days. I had a Hawkfog HD PVR, and I was just making videos, and I stopped. I had over 300 subscribers. I only stopped because I was afraid of what people were going to say about my, gaming channel. That's kind of like nerdy or something like that. But I'm going to move back into that soon in the summer here. But over time, I thought about Allen TV. I talked with my friends. I told them, like, man, there's not really, like, a lot of athletes that's, like, showing their everyday life and how they go through, like, their routines and stuff. So I just asked my dad, asked my mom, brother, like, some names, opportunities, like, came up with A Day in the Life with Allen and just multiple names. And Allen TV just kind of clicked. It just had that little ring to it.
First off, what's like your favorite video game?
My favorite video game,
like right now on like Xbox One.
It has to be Fortnite.
Everybody's
playing Fortnite, so I hopped on the bandwagon. I really like the game. It's really fun.
How many wins do you have?
On duels,
not disclosed.
On duels, only have one, and in squads, only have one. So
yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, it's rough.
I mean, to me, that's pretty interesting. You started on video games, and it's only growing. Like Twitch and other streaming services are just huge. People are making big checks by just sitting at home, recording yourself playing video games. Like, I don't know. That's like the life I think every little kid's dreaming for now. But
Yeah. It's cool you brought up Fortnite because I think the only reason why Fortnite is a huge success is social media. Think of how many people started. They posted the Snapchat of first place on their
Yeah.
story.
Mhm.
At first, you saw like one person out of like 300 people on my friends list, on Snapchat, and then you're like, okay, well, what's this game? And then you start getting into it. I remember me and you talked about it a little bit. Me and Josh Krim talked a little bit about it. I don't know how many months ago that was. I mean, right before it was started getting big and everybody was getting into it.
and it's because it dropped as a free game on across all consoles was insane to me. But I think how they worked it really well because it's not really pay to play, but the cosmetic items like they're just raking in that money, and I don't know. It's just
I'm sure they'll figure out other ways to monetize it too because
Yeah.
they had that like the story mode version of
The
it.
Save
that
the
you
World.
Can play.
Mhm.
Yeah, save the world. So how do you use social media to your advantage with Allen TV?
That's where without you have YouTube, you have other platforms of social media like Twitter, Instagram. Without those other two, like Snapchat too. So without those other three, actually, it'll be hard to grow a YouTube channel. So I use Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram as my advantage to gain more audience. It's like, oh, I posted a new vlog, check it out. And so, everybody sees it, retweets, they share it, screenshot it, send it to their friends, tell a friend to tell a friend, like I always say in my videos. They see it, and it's gonna just go around, and you see the views just going up and going up. So that's how I use that's the advantage I use.
So Allen, who was your inspiration and how did you learn to market your social media?
It was actually by a guy named Devin Williams. He is a basketball trainer, goes by the name of 10,000 Hours on YouTube, and he actually posts his YouTube video. Whenever he posts a YouTube video, he actually copy the link and post it on Twitter to gain more audience. And I'll see it, then I'll wonder why he's getting all these views, and that's how I caught up on it.
I was gonna. Do you have like personal social media as well as your social media for Allen TV, or is it all in one? You kind of encompass that within your personal.
I just have it all in one. I just whatever I put on camera, whatever I show you, I just want you to know that like, this
That's
is
you.
me. This is the real me. Yeah.
Nice. So you use your personal account to kind of drive it to your YouTube
Yep.
channel.
Yes.
What is your biggest platform? I mean, obviously YouTube because that's where Allen TV is, but what is your biggest driver to that?
I would just say friends. Friends telling me when's the next video coming out, or oh, I love your video. That's just my drive. I want to get a lot of video, give it to you every day, but school comes first, and I gotta handle that business out first too.
So obviously you have a lot on your plate being an athlete, and you're keeping up to date on this Allen TV. What is one way you prioritize?
What I used to do actually, but I'm gonna get back into it. I usually just vlog the whole week, and then over the weekends I'll do a little bit editing. But I want to get the best angle, and so if I didn't like the angle, I'll go back and record it again. But I just vlog the whole week and then do all my editing on my spare time, which is only the weekends.
How many hours do you spend like actually developing it, like filming and editing?
Ooh, I would say on average, about 6 hours, just for one video. But other people, they'll probably get it done within an hour. But I actually like what I do, and so I want to do the best I can do.
So you keep pushing yourself.
Yeah, keep pushing myself.
What are a couple things you use for motivation?
Motivation, I'm not gonna lie, are times I do not want to edit. I just I don't feel like editing right now. But I just like the good feedback from posting a video, like, oh, that was a funny video, or when's the next one coming out, and all the retweets and all the shares and views. That's my motivation. If you guys keep liking the videos, and I'm gonna keep bringing them out.
What's your end goal for your channel? Is it because some people have it too, you'll monetize it, sell T-shirts and stuff like that, or ads?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not. Well, believe it or not, I'm not about the money. I just want to show everybody what I can do. Show everybody my everyday life. If it goes big, it goes big. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just trying to show you guys I'm just more than just a basketball player, you know.
I think first doing it for yourself, and then seeing your dream and your creation come alive, and then that feedback, I think, is just
Yeah, the
just really
feedback
drives
is
it.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and think of how many people can inspire you. You know, with YouTube and social media, you know, it's so easy to contact people, and not even people that you know. You know, you said your friends, but I mean, how many times have you just stumbled across a video on YouTube? You know, if somebody comes across your video who's trying to play D1 basketball, they're like, oh, this
Yeah.
guy's, you know, he's trying to live the dream. You know, because so many people look at professional basketball players and idolize them, but they don't realize the blood, the sweat, and the hard work that is into that. So you can kind of show that side of it, and then that can inspire people.
Yeah.
So how do you think that social media affects like everybody's day-to-day life?
It could affect both ways. It could be good and bad. Bad is like, you know, if you got something to do but you're on social media all day, all night, and that could be a bad effect. But good is just like basically marketing yourself or trying to find a job, or you know, social media is a big platform now, and it's gonna keep rising.
Definitely, especially with finding a job. You know, I have a LinkedIn account, and it's not even like completely updated. I have people messaging me about, yeah, hey, this job offers in your area. You know, check it out. You know, it just opens you up to way more opportunities.
Yeah, it's a lot more opportunities, and it's like I feel like we're just in the beginning stage of social media. We haven't even got to where it's gonna become yet.
It's ever growing, and it's just kind of insane. Like in the last 5 years, the push it's had. Like I remember a little Bebo and MySpace, and then
Yeah.
the big jump to Facebook, and then Twitter really had that push, and then you brought in Snapchat and stuff.
Y'all remember
And
Yik Yak
Instagram.
though, right?
The what?
Yik Yak.
Yik Yak. We're not gonna talk
But
about that.
it's interesting though to see, because we've all lived through the creation of these things. You know, when I was young, I saw MySpace. I wanted to get a MySpace, but I was so young I couldn't get it because I was like under the age limit,
the
or whatever,
age
and my
limit,
mom
yeah.
wouldn't let me. So then Facebook came out, and I remember like there was like a couple people on Facebook, and now Facebook is reaching like last year it had like 200 million people sign up for it.
Well, and Facebook has Instagram now, which is also a huge platform for sharing of pictures and video, and people. There's a huge live streaming, which is another huge thing that is just taking over.
And it kind of developed into an e-commerce platform too, because I mean you have like Madison County Exchange or all the exchange pages, and now it has the store page.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Facebook having such a big control over what people see, how people see it, and when people see it?
To me, anyways, I'm just like, sometimes I'm thinking like, did I say something about that? Did my microphone pick that up, or am I just looking at searches and stuff? And it is kind of scary in the way that they target you, and it's not always stuff that you really enjoy or really want to see, but that you will look at for a little bit. And then just how the whole organization of Facebook plays a video, next video starts playing
Yeah, the
instantly
next-
right
yeah.
after, and like it just sucks you in.
That same with Netflix, dude. I don't know how many times. I'm binge watching this episode, and it's like, you watch the next one. I'm like, no, Netflix, why? But I end up watching the next one.
Yeah. It's just We're going back to Facebook. They just trying to I feel like they're just trying to get you to. It's like another form of the news, really. Just seeing
Non-fact checked news.
really non-fact check news, but it's just showing you what's really going on in the world. I feel
That's the thing about social media is that, but then I think about other countries where they don't have that access and they're censored, is that our voice can be heard at almost any corner of the world. I mean, not a corner, I'm sorry, because it's round, the earth is round, but
Flat Earth.
no, but your voice can be heard anywhere, and that's this digital age it's just becoming something else. Like, I just think about, like, our generation, we kind of grew up, like, I didn't really get too much on the internet till I was, like, 10, 11, like, middle school age and stuff, and then, like, I see my little brother who was, like, born right into it. Like, I don't know, it's just ever-changing. It's changed a lot of the way things are.
How do you think that impacts kids? You know, because if they're born with it, you know, I mean, I know kids who are like 6 or 7 years old who are playing with iPads, iPhones, and all this stuff.
I just know those kids are gonna be. They're gonna be something in life. I feel like, because they grew up in the social media. as you can see, like, older elderly people, you hand them a phone, they don't even know what to do with it. Like, the little kids, they know what to do, and that's where we're going in the future. So they're gonna know
into a more ever digital world.
Mhm,
You know,
they're
and
gonna
only
know.
innovation can come from it. I guess there, like you were saying, there are negative consequences. You know, I mean, like Facebook, Netflix, they're hijacking our productivity levels. You know, and then they're also competing for that too. You know, if you see like Facebook got the My Stories, you know that they got that from Instagram.
But they got it from Snapchat.
Oh,
Snapchat had
yeah.
the stories, and
Yeah.
Instagram took
Snapchat.
it, and you're like, they're
Then
like, what?
Facebook took
Yeah.
it too. The Messenger, yeah.
It's an ever-growing thing.
And it's just, and there is kind of these trends throughout it, all that you kind of see through all of them, but they're each unique in their own ways on all of them, and that's why I think they succeed a lot. Well, there's like the big 3 or 4, and they have their structure down of how they do things, and they're doing it right. But then there's always going to have to be new ones that are going to come in and maybe push those out of the way or make their own space and make their own lane. And that's what I'm excited to see is what's the next big thing.
Yeah, what's the next big thing?
And that's all about what we were like, you know, when Snapchat came out or Facebook, like that's probably why Facebook, like we see a trend in young kids, like, you know, not even necessarily young, but 18, 19, you know, we're transitioning away from Facebook because, you know, in my mind, that's where my family is, you know, that's how I connect with family. You know,
Yeah.
Facebook is family. And then, you know, Instagram, Twitter, that's like Twitter is for my funny stuff. You know, retweet funny stuff. Instagram's to see what my friends are doing, because you know a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, Alan, where can people find you on social media?
Social media, Instagram, and Twitter is Allen, Allen, because I know a lot of people spell Allen, my name wrong, and _ Anderson, SON, Anderson, and then the number 2.
Is that also your Alan TV?
No, Allen TV, you can just look up Allen TV, ALEN, and space TV on
Definitely.
YouTube.
Thank you guys for listening to this Hawkcast. I'm your host, Hunter Bergman.
And I'm Josh Krim.
If you're interested in finding more out about The Viewpoint, check out our website, neviewpoint.com, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, check out our YouTube channel at The Viewpoint. Thank you for joining us today. Check us out next week.